Right then, we are back with more Prison Architect. Now, as you can see, we've had all the lighting sorted since the last episode. I think the game is running smooth. We've also had the update today as well for the psych ward, so hopefully that is going to smooth the game out even more. Bear with me, I'm just on a different screen at the moment. I don't know if that actually... Can you see when I'm in this other screen? It'd be good to know, wouldn't it, really? I just want to double check because I'm just currently switching my turbo. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I'm just literally doing this now. My switched on my turbo boost to free up some RAM, make this game run a bit quicker, hopefully. It seems to run pretty smooth until I press record, to be honest. Oh, it's working okay, isn't it? Okay, so we've had all the lights built, which should hopefully smooth the game out a little bit. Right. So here we are, Supermax. We're going to switch our intake back on and fill back up to capacity. And we could also consider increasing some more size-wise, I suppose. We just get this area complete, or do we want to start looking at death row? Now, bad news before we do start this, actually thinking about it. Well, it depends how you class bad news, I suppose, isn't it? But Bob Bobbington is dead. It's horrible to say, I know. I'm very disappointed by this, but yeah, I was allowing the guys to fit all the lighting, and one of the new Supermax people killed Bob Bobbington. So I'm very disappointed by that, I must admit. But it is what it is. Right, let's get... ooh, this is new. Has it made it like really... Oh my god, they've made it huge now. Oh, the clone feature is amazing now. So this is part of the new update, obviously, the psych ward update. And they've expanded the clone tool, so I can now do that. I can now... Oh, this is going to make life so much quicker and easier for us, isn't it? Much, much quicker and easier for us. That's two more areas being built up then. So we'll get those in. Also want to look at death row. So last time we sort of planned it out, didn't we? And our plans have disappeared. That's useful. Okay, well that is annoying, isn't it? But we could probably plan it out a bit better than the way it was anyway. So we're going to have, obviously, a canteen at the back. It doesn't need to be that big because there don't be that many people, does it? So we'll have the canteen like across here, I suppose. And then we wanted to have sort of like a... So what do we need in death row? We're going to look at about 10 cells, I think. I don't think we're going to have any more than 10 death row people in the prison at once. So we'll have 10 cells. We need to have an execution chamber. We need to have a reception. We need to have parole rooms for them to have, obviously, their sort of meetings about trying to get off death row. And then we need to have just some lawyers' offices. Not for any real reason. It just looks nice, doesn't it? So I think, first of all, then, we will have your general reception area. So do we just have, like, this big area here? I mean, this is pretty crazy size, isn't it, really? And how big is this here? Then this is... Is that 19, did that say it was? Yes, that's 19. So we're looking at... I don't know, so that's 9. And that's 9. So this is the middle square. Okay, so that is... Yeah, so that is 9 and 9. Okay. And then we'll have, again, here. So this is... 9 out. Okay, well, let's do this one more then. This will make it hopefully a square room then, at least. What is that? It's like I've always cleaned the floor, have I? That's a bit weird. So we want to have essentially 10. We want to have 10 from here, don't we, really? So 9 to 10, so here. And then right in the middle, which I think is going to be there. So that should be 9. It is 9, okay. Okay, so they should now then be pretty standard. That's 9. And that is 9. Okay, so those will be our like lawyers' offices, and this will be a big reception area, not just for the death row people, but also people coming to view as well. So we want to have sort of walkway, which is going to span across here then, isn't it? Let's actually make this a 4-wide walkway. Like so. Right. And then we'll probably go... So we need the parole rooms. So if we did, say... I don't know. How big is this then? This is... So if we came out 10 here and went across, is this that's an even number? That's annoying, isn't it? That's 26. I mean, we could just have that as a big room, or do we want to have that as the execution chamber, do you think? Or should we possibly just have... Oh, so maybe we could have... I don't know, actually. How are we going to play this? How are we going to play this? We could have... Well, we'll continue this walkway all the way up to the canteen, I think. So this will walk all the way up to here. So Death Row are locked in their cells at all times anyway, so that's not an issue. So we've got that walkway coming through. So then we've got space on both sides. Now, do we have all the cells on one side, then have the parole and everything on the other side? One sec, I want to figure out those noises. What are you doing? So my cats are going absolutely nutty up and down the stairs trying to figure out what they're up to. So yeah, we could put all the cells down one side, then put the execution room on the other side. Potentially we could do that. With parole rooms as well. So how big are we going to have the cells then? So we're going to have the canteen here. So we'll have the walkway up to here, like we said. So this walkway is no longer... Is it 4 wide? It is 4 wide, isn't it? Yeah. So the walkway is going to go all the way up to the back here. Then we can have, say... we'll probably have them in the middle, don't we, really? Because we want to have... Yeah, that's a cool idea. We could have them in the middle. So how big is this area? This is... So this is 35. Right, so 35. So if we did 15, we'd have 10 on each side. So if I did 10 and 10 and then made this the cell, 15. Yeah, okay. Yep, I like that. And then we can have... I like to just have it in the middle, to be honest. So can I make it a 15 by 15 square? Where does that leave us? That's one cell there, then. Then we put a 2 space and do a 15 by 15. So I'm just trying to sell the fact that these are like really dangerous. Oh, that's actually 16, not 15. Okay. Oh, well, it is what it is, isn't it? Is that right? So that's 16... Yeah, that's 16 by 15. So why is that like that then? Have I just not got it right? 10. 10, okay. Well, 16 by 15 is fine. Might as well just do 16 by 60. Might make it a proper square. Okay, then have a 2 space. Then do a 16 by 16. Then a 2 space and a 16 by 16. And then a 2 space and a 16 by 16. Okay, I like that, but I've just realised I probably want to come from this side, to be honest. So that's enough for 5 cells, that is okay. So we know what we're doing now, we know what we're doing, right. Okay, so let's do this quickly, just so I can line this up properly, okay. Okay, so we're going to line it up from the other side, then on this side we'll have our actual execution chambers. Right, I know what I'm doing now, I promise. Right, so, we want 16... by 16, which is you there, okay. Then a 2 space, then 16 by 16, then a 2 space, 16 by 16, and a 2 space, 16 by 16. Right, so that gives us 5 cells, is that? No, it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do 1 extra, 16 by 16. Okay. And then we'll have 2 space along here. This will be an execution room, okay? We'll do the same on this side. Exactly, okay. And then on here, we're going to have, say... I don't know, should we have it like this? So So 11 by 24. And the same here, 11 by 24. And these will be the parole rooms. Okay. I like that then for death row. I think that looks pretty good for death row. How are we looking down here? The guys are working hard. Or hardly working. Okay. Right, I think I'm actually going to get rid of these infirmaries and that up here. And parole. Have I put parole down here? Is there any parole down here for these guys? There's not, is there? No. Okay. So I'm thinking in the middle here, I'm going to have a couple of parole rooms and probably a couple of common rooms so we can do the Alcoholics Anonymous training. And then in here will be our actual infirmary and morgue for this area. So let's get that in place. And then we'll let them finish off. Oh, look at that secret door. Let staff through. Oh, look at all this stuff. Help label your max security blocks. Oriental wall. I like this. I like this a lot. There's some nice new stuff. I've not actually downloaded the expansion yet. This is all stuff that comes with the game. I will be downloading the expansion very soon though, but I want to finish this new game off first. So I'm assuming this will go away once it's complete. I'm assuming. What have they built and what haven't they built? That's a tricky one to see as well. Construct cargo floor. They've not built anything here yet. Okay. So we want... where was I anyway? Staff door. I got distracted there for a second, didn't I? So let's put a staff door in the back of both of these. Like so. It does mean that dead bodies are going to get carried through the kitchens, but... You know what? I'm not the one eating there, so that's not really my problem. Lots of morgue slabs, because I can imagine... Oh, I can imagine quite a few people in Supermax are going to be made free of life. Is that a good way of putting it? Probably not, is it? But it's what I'm going with. There's still a little bit of lag knocking around. It's not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's still not ideal. Maybe it's just because we've got a lot of jobs queued up, so once those jobs are complete, that should hopefully speed the process up a bit. So we'll let them finish these areas off before we consider doing our death row area. And then once death row's done, we're Gucci then, aren't we? Oh, did I really just use that phrase? I feel sick. Yeah, so once death row's done, then we're sort of ready to go with everything, and then from there on it's just literally going to be all about expansion. We don't need this many morgue slabs, do we? It's just the fact that the room is this big, so I thought I might as well go for it. We could do with a clean in here, though. I tell you, it's disgusting. Once again, though, it's not my problem. It's not my fault. It's not my problem, is it? Really, I'm not going to be treated in here, am I? This is for the people, the non-desirables, isn't it? So you know, it is what it is. So let's get you lot lined up bed-wise here. Actually, I don't like that layout for beds. Actually, I'm thinking of going like more in the middle of the room. So maybe can I spam them? I think I can. You know. I've always put gaps between them, but I think they come with like an automatic gap between them. And I'm also going to spam exactly behind. Again, it's very excessive for what we're going to need, I think, but it is what it is. We're going to do it. Okay, so that is all that being done. We're building up that. Let's speed the game up a bit. We can also look at... We've got quite a lot of prisoners coming in, but once that is built, we can look at getting this area expanded as well for MaxSec. Talking of MaxSec, do we have anyone here who's a little bit dangerous? No legendary prisoners have been in here. All our legendary prisoners, of course, we are just upgrading straight up to Supermax. Do we have any legendary prisoners over here? We don't know much about our Supermax prisoners at all, do we really? So we could really do with getting some CIs in Supermax. I mean, we do have a couple of legendary prisoners here in our area. Is that the word I'm thinking of? It is the word I'm thinking of, isn't it? So you've done a lot of stuff, my man, Tim Wilders. How much do you know? You know 32%, so let's get you in, and let's get you in. I want to find out some more about Supermax people, to be honest with you. We need to find out some more stuff. Now, these guys, I've realised that protective custody in a Supermax prison is not very easy, because they all just try and murder each other all the time. So these now are classed as cells. I know they're all showing as not usable. I'm not quite sure why. So I can't actually click on this at the moment. I'm assuming once the clone is finished, this will all completely clear off, I imagine. That's the plan anyway. So again, we can just build one of these cells, can't we? So let's while we got a second, let's get a concrete wall built along here. With a large jail door here. And a large one here, and a large one here. But let's also get a staff door in the back of here and one there as well. With a perimeter wall. Oh, we don't need a perimeter wall there. Okay. So we'll get that built as well as just one of these cells. We'll get one of these cells built up. It's going to be a huge cell. They're going to have a lot of stuff in here. We might even give them like a separate little bathroom. Won't have a door on it, but it'll be a separate little area where they'll have their shower and the toilet, I think. So we get that done as well. We've got a lot of workmen, but they just seem to be really taking the... Oh, maybe they've just gone to collect it. They've gone to collect all the morgue slabs. Come on, guys. Do one job at a time. Don't do everything. Right, so we do have a security room here. So you're in... Are you in... Oh, God, I zoomed in far too much, didn't I? So were you in security telling on your fellow prisoners? Did we learn anything about Supermax? Nope. We did learn there's going to be another annoying autosave, though, right in the middle of what we're trying to do, didn't we? That's always fun. Come on, autosave. Right, so we know about you. We don't know anything about the rest of these prisoners. Do they just not have any reputations? Or there's a tough one there. It's possible they just haven't got reputations, but you'd think that the Supermax guys would all have reputations. You're not Bob Bobbington, are you? No. Poor old Bob Bobbington. I miss Bob Bobbington. I really do. There's a lot of guards in this canteen, isn't there? They are very, very hungry guards. We possibly could do with some more cooks as well, actually, because we seem to be a little bit short-staffed up here. So let's get some cooks in. Ready for din-dins. Or breakfast, which should be coming up pretty soon. Our workmen are all just going a little bit crazy here in the minute. I'm not quite sure what happened there. They all just... I think they were trying to run through there and they all just got caught on somebody. Right, there's loads more stuff coming in now, so this should hopefully help us get some of these areas built up. I'll put the small pipes in once everything else is fitted. So these are working now, which means I'm going to actually undo these two rooms. So let's go rooms. Let's strip those two rooms out. And then let's also... what am I looking for? It's dismantle object I'm looking for, isn't it? Which is right at the bottom of here. Okay. So dismantle object. Okay, all of you. Another guard dog has been murdered in our prison, which is not ideal, is it really? Okay, so we get rid of all of you as well. 2 guard dogs. It's been a bad night to be a guard dog in this prison, isn't it? Right, so I wish they would just do one job at a time. I know it's my own fault for queuing these extra jobs up, but it's fine. So this is being expanded. We have another 16 Supermax prisoners and 34 MaxSec prisoners coming in very, very soon. And we seem to be doing okay elsewhere. I mean, we've got a lot of gates, which is why, of course, it's taking a little bit long. But we've got armed guards, I think, sat here who should be opening the gates for these guys anyway, which he doesn't seem to want to. It seems like only guards are opening the gates for them. That's why it's just taking a bit longer for them to get in and out of everywhere, isn't it? That's the problem. But that's what you have to do when you have a Supermax prison, is that you've got to have a lot of airlock sort of gates to stop people going too mad. What has happened to you? You're unconscious. Why are you unconscious, Richard Stacey? Well, I dare say you probably deserved it, to be honest. Right, so these areas still going, yep. We do have a cell here that's working, apparently. But do they not become cells until the whole area is complete? Is that what it's doing? I'm not sure, to be honest. This is a new sort of cloning tool that I've not seen before. It's interesting. Have to wait and see what happens once it's complete. Okay, so this is now done. Oh, there's 2 beds missing. Okay, we'll get those beds done. So this is now done as well. So we're going to want... I mean, it's 16 by 16, so it is going to be... So these don't actually... No, they're not fixed, are they? You can have whatever you want. So we want a large jail door in the middle of the 16 by 16. So, is that there, do you think? Let's measure it. Let's just make sure I know what I'm doing here. So we're going to want 6, 6, okay. I'm pretty sure that's exactly where I was looking at, so that's good. So just there is going to be the prison door. Okay. This is my plan for Supermax. In the end, for Supermax, I've actually gone quite conservative and let them have a bit more free time and space. But for Death Row, I think I could do another Supermax prison and just do it like this and just literally keep everyone on permanent lockdown. That could definitely work as well. I'm assuming this is a bit like a foundation now. So only once they've completed everything inside this area does it count as complete. So that's what I'm assuming it's going to be like. Because I'm not gaining cells, because usually like it would add these cells on as it was building, but it's not at the moment. There's like a little effect on that as well. It's like a hollow bed and the real bed. It is what it's doing. So we're waiting for one more. We do have a current problem down here in MaxSec, which involves you, Andrew Russell, who you were in here because you were in MaxSec and murdered 4 people. So I mean, you could be someone who we consider putting up to death row. I mean, when you kill 4 people in the prison, you expect to be put somewhere dodgy, don't you, really? Anyway, where are we looking at time-wise in this video? We've still got 10 minutes left. That's good. We should get this... Oh, well, the intake's already come in. Here we go. What have we got? What do we have here today? What do we know? What do we know? What do we know? So we've got no more legendaries that have been delivered yet. There's a chance there could be some legendaries there. There's a lot less legendaries than what I've had in previous games. I did one before where I had loads of legendaries delivered straight away. I mean, there's a lot of question marks here, so there's a chance there could be a few legendaries hidden in this. Tough, skilled fighter. There's a bus there with nothing on. Is that how Supermax works? It's more difficult because they don't tell you anything about them? I don't know. I do not know, but we're going to find out pretty soon by the looks of it. Right, so the new prisoners are in. We have enough space now for 6 more max tomorrow. Here comes the Supermax guys. I don't like the way they're dropping them off here, to be honest with you. I really don't. I wonder whether I should put in another entrance area here. I'm going to do that, actually, because it's going to make things a lot smoother, isn't it? So, if I was to put in a large jail door just here, and then we'll put a large jail door here, and then we'll put a perimeter wall here and here, and here and here. Nope, that's not where I put it. Here and here. God, we're really struggling with lag again today, aren't we? And then we'll put some more sniper towers in then, I suppose. Where are the sniper towers? There they are. Guard tower. I can see some more weird stuff at the bottom there. Footbridge. What's footbridge all about then? Allows inmates and staff to cross areas of land and water. Could not be built over walls and... Oh, so could you, like, build over an area that they're not supposed to be in? That's interesting. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just assuming that that might be... why am I missing that tower again? I'm assuming that might be what I think it is, and they're just literally... I don't know, they're just... I don't think that's going to be, like, climbing over the top of stuff. That's what I'm trying to say, isn't it? So, still trying to wait and see how this works. It'd be nice if that is the way it works. That'd be nice, because that means that once this is complete, we'll spawn in all these new cells. Which means it would be really nice if they also spawned in all of the... what's the phrase I'm looking for? All of the utilities. That would be pretty nice as well. Right, so this is not built yet, because we're still waiting for that, aren't we? Which we can do by opening this door. Okay, so rooms-wise, So we know this is going to be a kitchen. I don't know if we actually need a canteen here, do we? Because they're all going to be eating in their cells. So I don't know if they actually need a canteen or where we have to build one anyway, just because... yeah, probably we do, don't we? Because we're going to need a little serving table, aren't we? Maybe we'll have a little canteen, like, in this corner. This has a size, does it? No. Okay. We can do that then. And this will be a big old cell for death row only. Okay. I'm happy how this is going. I want to see how this works, this new clone tool, because it looks fantastic. We found a gold pocket watch on you. Is that a bad thing? I mean, you're going to end up going to solitary for bringing a gold pocket watch into this prison. So we need to call in our CIs pretty soon to try and find out some more about the question mark people. So let's activate all of our 100%ers and see what we can find out. It'd be good to know. Oh, can a guard please open that door, because that is getting absolutely crazy. There we go. Well done. Well done. Let all those bad boys in with all their stuff. I mean, like I said, I prefer it if they actually did one job at a time rather than 16 jobs at a time. So let's have a look at Supermax then. So we still don't really have many... So why are you not being brought up here? Are you putting the max... No, don't put the max guys in here. This is Supermax only. Oh, God. Why has it done that for? Why has it done that for? Well, I know why it's done that for. It always does that, doesn't it? But it's annoying, isn't it? Hopefully the max guys then will get moved. And then this is Supermax only, yeah. So hopefully they'll move these max guys over. We're not going to have cell space for them, are we? Oh, look at this. Look, it's... There we go, yeah. So as soon as it's finished, it opens up the whole Supermax area up. Nice. Okay, that's lovely, actually. I like that new thing. Well done, Paradox. That's your name, isn't it? I do like Paradox. I like them a lot. They make some fantastic games. The only problem I have with Paradox is that they are absolutely mad on expansion packs, which again is not a problem. I love the fact they keep adding new content, but at the same time, if you're going to keep charging us over and over and over and over again for new DLC, it gets bloody expensive after a while, doesn't it? Right, so that's the Supermax. So we're going to now need... Yeah, we're going to need to build some max, aren't we? Because we're now actually... Because of what we've done, we're now out of space for those max guys we want to move. So we're going to have to build these max cells up. We can now build the whole block at once, which is absolutely amazing. I'm well happy about that. We don't need this many, but I'm going to put this many in place to keep these workmen occupied. This is going to... Well, this will be half of our overall max capacity. That is either going to be amazing, or it's going to break the game, be too much for the game. We'll have to find out as we go along. But so your max. And I'm hoping it's going to stick this, and it's not going to try and change the time every time it builds the wall, if that makes sense. Try and... Oh, have we run out of power on this side? Bloody hell, I didn't think we were going to run out of power at all on this side. I'm pretty shocked by that. It's a lot of kitchen equipment, I suppose, isn't it? So I'm thinking we can probably dismantle one cooker from each of these kitchens. Because we don't really need that many cookers, do we really? So we dismantle one cooker from each kitchen. That might just give us enough power to run the rest of this building. Because that's literally everything now. Okay, so we get those cookers dismantled. That'd be lovely. I don't know if I've just queued up far too many jobs again, though, haven't I, now? Because they're all going to start working on this, aren't they? Because they're mad people. Yeah, they're probably going to start working on this, aren't they? Well, we'll leave them to that for a second. I don't really care if Supermax haven't got lights for a couple of hours. They don't deserve lights, do they, really? They're horrible, vile, disgusting people. They don't deserve lights. Don't tell them I said that, though. They might hurt me. The last thing I want is an uprising. Come into our office, kidnapping us. That'd be awful. So we'll get these concrete walkways built. Main reason I'm doing that is so I can put the extra doors in the canteen. Like so. Get this built up as well. I'm really looking forward to how this is going to expand now, because we just added a lot to this prison now. We've got all of our mad workmen running around like absolute crazies to try and get it all sorted. Plus, once we've got the rest of these gates in, I'll be able to put some more stuff along that wall in the canteen. Some more phones, some more vending machines, some more showers, some more toilets. Just the stuff that we need to calm them down wherever possible. And of course we'll get all of these gates in so that they can get easy access to the canteen at the end of any block rather than having to go through and spend a lot of time doing that. Okay. So those cookers all been dismantled now. I mean, we've dismantled a few of them. Hopefully that's going to be enough. So let's switch you on. I really didn't think I was going to actually run out of power on this. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's that? What are we dismantling that for? No, switch on. Don't dismantle. Switch on. Switch on. Switch on the power! Switch on. This is an important job. Somebody come and do this. Oh, I'm actually going to drop a workman right on top of it. Can it be your job to come and switch this on, please? There we go. Okay, how are we looking like power-wise now? We are literally right at the brim, but is that okay? I think that is okay. I think we've made it just. Okay. I mean, we have still got a few cookers to be dismantled. That's fine. Okay. So we've got space for 40 Supermax, but we need space for 40 MaxSec prisoners, which is hopefully going to get built pretty quick. I probably should have done these one at a time rather than all at once. But it is what it is. We've done it now. Right, what are these glowing... They're just shouting. How have you done that? I mean, you've just run for a building. Does that clone the whole building now? Rather than... Do I not have to do the... Oh, wow. You don't have to do the foundations anymore. You can just plop the building straight down. Ah. Okay. That makes it even more interesting. Okay, that's... I wonder why they're walking straight through these. It's because they've dismantled the foundations as well. Okay, that's pretty cool then. So you've not got to build all these foundations first. That's actually going to speed the process up for us, isn't it? Now, I'd like to get these little pipes fitted as soon as possible. There doesn't seem to be any food ready for these guys at this point in time. Are we still running short on cooks? Because it is eat time and we have no food in this kitchen. Or this one. And I'm not actually putting cooks down, am I? There we go. Now I'm putting cooks down. Am I putting cooks down? I'm not putting cooks down. Why am I not putting cooks down? Okay. Staff. Cook. Now I'm putting cooks down. Okay. Let's get some more cooks in here. Not too many because that will spoil the broth, I've read somewhere. So we'll get that sorted as well. Hopefully that's going to actually start feeding some of these people, because that could become a major issue if we don't. Right, so these guys, they're in a cell at the moment, which is not a major problem. I would like to get some of these built as soon as possible. Obviously, our solitary area is spot on already. Yeah, so how is that power supporting all of that, and then we can't support that area over there? I don't know. Doesn't bear thinking of, does it? So let's let the workmen... I mean, I can't do anything else because they're going too mad at the moment, aren't I? And they've built this, though, which is nice. Which means that we're able to bring people in a lot easier now. So if we deploy some guards in here, and some armed guards as well, because this is literally going to be our entrance and exit, and then we'll also assign a couple of dog handlers to sniff out everyone and see if there's any dodginess going on, and we'll also... I don't know how we can... you can do it from there, can't we? I was going to say we can put some metal detectors in, wherever they are these days. Metal detectors, there we go. And we'll put them just here. So anything that comes in this entrance from the prison will get checked, and then we'll run the power over from this building here. Okay. So that's another job I've just given them to do, but that's fine. That is fine. Also over here now then, we can now deploy some more people. So we have got... Okay, you need to be Supermax as well, don't you? I don't know why you're not. So we have got... Guard. Doggy. Armed man. Okay. So that's Supermax sorted for now. And we want to try and get some of this built up as quickly as possible to get these guys moved over, because we are bringing 60 brand new Supermax prisoners in. I tell you what, we're going to close that capacity for now, because I don't want to bring them in until these are ready, otherwise we're going to have a lot of prisoners just sat there with no cell. So we need to get this built as soon as possible. I also need to figure out, so this is a 4 space here. Is that the same up here? Yeah, 4 space and then a 3 space. So we know... So if I'm going to copy and paste these across, I need to know that it's... So pathway, so it's 4 space and then the building. Okay, which means that the building is going to run all the way up here. I mean, I'm going to leave this here just so we can see it. And then, of course, we're going to have a 4 space from here. You know what I didn't do? I didn't capture the metal detectors, did I, in those buildings? We'll get that done afterwards, I think. And then a 4 space all the way down to the end here. So that's where the other blocks are going to be put, which is going to fill this area up. I mean, how big is this new tool, this new clone tool? I mean, could I just pick up this whole area here? Is that allowed? Oh, it's auto-saving. Trust me to try and do it while it's auto-saving, eh? Hello? Mr. Game! Oh my god, you can. I can pick up that whole area and rebuild it in here. Wow, that's just made our game a lot easier. I mean, that's going to take ages to build, like, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Some more dead dogs. Not ideal. Also, of course, we want to start getting all this built up soon as well. So I think I'm not going to touch it yet. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let them build these buildings first, because these are the priority at this point in time. So we need to get... How many is it in one of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 26. We need to get 2 of these buildings built. So we can get those MaxSec guys brought over. Now, because they're building the walls, is that going to mean that it's gone away from MaxSec? No, it's still shown as MaxSec. That's good. Okay. That is good. Right, so staff only is going to be this... Or this and this, because they're going to need to walk through this corridor, aren't they, for security. And do I want to make this into a visitation room? But obviously with the booths? Or do I want them just to use their phones? I mean, they could just use the phone, couldn't they? We don't need another security room, though, do we? Maybe we could... The thing is, it's getting access. We'd have to do a door here, maybe, into it. I'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but we need to obviously get this sorted first. So, yeah, this is all sorted now. So we're going to get... That's probably too many guards I put in there, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Right, how far are we away on some of these now? We looking good on some of these? So there's only 5 prisoners that are unable to be assigned to cells. That's not too bad. I was saying that there's still a lot of... Oh no, it's saying concrete wall, concrete wall, concrete wall. It's difficult to know what's been built and what hasn't been built, isn't it, really, at this point in time? I can't even click on the doors to lock the doors open, though. That's annoying. Okay, these are all built, so I can lock open all of these doors to give the guys easier access to the canteen, which is ideally what they're going to need. Right, okay. Lock open. Lock open. Lock open. I feel like these are closer because these are... Or are these closer because they're dark? No. I don't know, I'm a bit confused, because these are like lighter buildings, these are darker ones, but... Again, I wish they'd do one job at a time, but then again, I should only queue at one job at a time, really, shouldn't I? So it's my fault, really, to be honest with you. Right, so we do need parole for Supermax. Which could also be down here then, couldn't it, really? Maybe we could have a couple of parole rooms, or maybe just one parole room would be fine, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, one parole room, and then a visitation room in here as well. And then right at the end, I think, because we're not going to be able to fit a full area in this bit here. So maybe in this bit I could just do like a line of cells. Or like a bigger one with a little canteen and that. Maybe this could be where the permanent lockdown people are. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure how I'm going to play that, to be honest. But, okay. So we're still waiting for the water to be fitted in some of these cells as well. Of course, the workmen are very busy doing all these cells. We have 300 workmen. I just would assume that the buildings would get done a lot quicker, but they're not really, are they? Anyway, what we're looking like time-wise at this point in time, we have... Oh my god, we've gone over. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. We're going to cut there. I'm going to come back to you once they've built these cell blocks, and then we can get the Max guys moved over and then get ourselves a new intake of Supermax. So I've been Chevy Gamer. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.